A local tradition in Northwest Ohio brings tens of thousands for its 44th annual festival. And BGSU is taking more strides to express the importance of mental health for students and staff by hosting a street fair on campus. Plus, the Falcons soared during Parents' Weekend as upperclassmen shined for senior night.
Live from the campus of Bowling Green State University.
Good evening. Last week, Governor Mike DeWine visited BGSU to explore the newest additions to campus. Welcome to BG24 News. I'm Charlie Ryan. Bowling Green's nursing programs were recently expanded to reflect Ohio's need for healthcare professionals. DeWine visited the new Skills Lab, which offered students an in-depth education on new technologies. In addition, with a new facility, BGSU expanded their degree options to include a new Bachelor of Science in Nursing. The governor also talked with students to learn more about why they chose nursing.
The most exciting thing always is to talk to the students and to see their excitement, kind of find out how they got into this particular field, what excited them. And our goal is that our young people, each one of them, find something that they really care passionately about, something that they want to do, and then get the skill sets to be able to do that and to make a living.
In addition to visiting the School of Nursing, DeWine also toured the robotics laboratory in the Technology Building. Over the weekend, Grand Rapids, Ohio brought back its popular Apple Butter Festival. BG24 reporter Ethan Watts went to the town to check it out for this week's segment of Fall Fun.
Last Sunday, Grand Rapids held its 44th annual Apple Butter Festival. Tens of thousands of people show up each year to take part in the activities offered.
So we just came out for all of the food, actually. That's what I come for, and the vendors. We like shopping here.
Just enjoying some of the vendors. Some of the arts and crafts and stuff like that.
Shopping. Purses, t-shirts, crafts.
Hundreds of vendors fill the town with booths that offer everything from music, fresh food, and historical reenactments. Some vendors even handmade items by order in front of customers throughout the day. Plus, live entertainment is offered all day for kids, so everyone in the family can enjoy their day at the festival.
Just good spending the day with family at a fun little festival.
And as we wait for the festival to come back until next year, get outside, enjoy the weather, and do some local fall festivities. For BG24 News, I'm Ethan Watts.
What a great day for fall fun. And we lucked out with the weather for the festival. For more on the weather, we'll switch it over to Agatha for this week's forecast.
Thanks, Charlie. Moving on with this week's weather forecast, tonight it's going to be partly cloudy with about a 20% chance of rain. The high is going to be 74 degrees and the low is 64. Moving on to tomorrow's forecast, it's going to be partly cloudy with about a 50% chance of rain. It's going to be a little bit warmer tomorrow with a high of 77 degrees and a low of 58. We're going to have about 3 to 6 mile-per-hour winds as always. Moving on to this weekend, on Saturday it's going to be partly cloudy with about a 30% chance of rain. The high is going to be 61 degrees and the low is going to be about 46, so you can pull out your nice fall sweaters. And then we have a nice sunny Sunday with a high of 62 degrees and a low of 47. Back to you, Charlie.
Well, it looks like we might be able to finally break out the fall sweaters. Thanks, Agatha. Last week, the BGSU chapter of the National Alliance on Mental Illness hosted a self-care street fair as part of the Mental Health Awareness Week. The event was a collaboration between campus clubs to promote the well-being of students. Tables offered a variety of self-care activities for those who stopped by. The event included making your own slime, coloring books, and writing positive thoughts. They also provided tips and resources for those struggling with mental health and where to go when in need of help.
Nothing to be ashamed of, it's normal, and we're here to help as peers and as loved ones, and we just want people to be the best version of themselves that they can be.
NAMI focuses on advocacy, education, and support. The on-campus NAMI president says they offer a safe space for college students to talk about mental health. A depiction of the life of a black male through art is on display here at BGSU. The exhibit is in the Dorothy Uber Bryan Gallery in the Fine Arts Center. The event curator, Dr. Michael Harris, wanted to show the complexity of black males through cultural, racialized, and personal lenses. The display is comprised of digital works, installations, and images. It portrays both historical and contemporary life for black men. The Visible Man art exhibit will be on display here at BGSU until November 7th. And now let's pass it over to Steve for sports. Steve, how'd the Falcons match up this past week?
Well, Charlie, this past weekend was a very busy one for Falcon athletics. Families flocked across campus to watch the various games. On Thursday night, the men's soccer team opened conference play with a 3-2 victory against the Georgia State Panthers. With the field being sloppy from storms, both teams battled against the poor conditions. The Falcons took an early 1-0 lead with the goal from Alberto Anaya in the 24th minute. Later in the second half, with the Falcons down 2-1, Cale Nichols would knock one in to tie things up. Jacob Erlandson would score a huge goal in the 59th minute to push the Falcons ahead and give them the win. Now the Falcons would pick back up right where they left off on Saturday with a 4-0 senior night victory over conference foe Georgia Southern. The night got off to a great start just 14 minutes in, with Joey Akpunonu getting the offense underway. Alberto Anaya scored just before the half to give the Falcons a 2-0 halftime lead. The Falcons then came back strong in the second half, where Nathan Masters scored to extend the lead to 3-0. And to cap off a perfect senior night, fourth-year Cale Nichols scored the final goal to give the Falcons a 4-0 win. Senior midfielder Colin McCourt spoke about the atmosphere of a senior night win.
It always feels good to win, and that's the main outcome when we want to come out here. We want to just focus on getting that win, and obviously it means a little more coming in here on senior night. For the guys that are old like myself, it just means a little extra to get another win.
The Falcons are now ranked 17th in the nation and will travel to Northern Illinois to take on the Huskies Saturday night. On Friday night, the volleyball team swept Northern Illinois to get the doubleheader off to a killer start. The big-time matchup would come on Saturday, where the Falcons would face off against the Western Michigan Broncos. The Broncos were the only other undefeated team in the MAC. Riding a big wave of momentum, the Falcons would pull off the sweep to earn a huge victory. Caitlin Meyer would lead the way with 13 kills, followed up by 5 aces from Petra Androva and 36 digs from Julia Walls. The Falcons will be traveling to Central Michigan tomorrow and Saturday to take on the Chippewas. Saturday afternoon brought some action to the Doit, where BG football dropped to a season record of 2-4 with a 35-20 loss against the Akron Zips. The Falcons got off to a great start. Quarterback Matt McDonald fired a 40-yard strike to Tyrone Broden, giving the Falcons an early 7-0 lead. However, in the second half, with the Falcons leading 13-7, the Zips would take control of the game. Second-string quarterback Zach Gibson tossed 2 touchdown passes to Kanata Mumpfield to extend the Zips' lead to 21-13. In the fourth, Tyrone Broden caught his second touchdown to cut into the deficit, but the efforts were not enough. Coach Scott Leffler gave his thoughts on the state of his football team.
Frustrating. It's frustrating for the players. It's frustrating for us. But the reality is that we're an improved group because our way of doing business has definitely changed, and I'm proud of them for that. But we still don't know how to win football games yet.
The Falcons will be on the road this Saturday to take on Northern Illinois. And the weekend would be capped off with another Senior Day victory for BGSU. The women's soccer team defeated Miami, Ohio 3-1 for their 3rd straight win. The first half would be a defensive battle, but the second half, the Falcons would produce more offense. In the 56th minute, Katie Cox would score her first goal of the season to put the Falcons up 1-0. Senior Maddie Wolfbauer would add a pair of goals to end the weekend. Wolfbauer, despite the atmosphere of Senior Day, spoke on the team's performance, specifically the togetherness of the team.
I think that's what makes this team so special. We're a family, and this is, whether you play 0 minutes or 90 minutes, you're a part of this team and you're important. So that's something we truly believe in, and on and off the field believe in as well. So it was a great team win.
The Falcons will be back home on Thursday night at Cochran to take on Eastern Michigan. And that's all for this week's sports. Talons up, Charlie.
Talons up. Thanks, Steve. That's all for this week's news. Thank you for joining us. For more news updates, follow us on social media at BG24 TV or go to bgfalconmedia.com. Enjoy your fall break, Falcons. We'll see you soon.